I'm Anil Kumar. Final exams are round the corner. I've taken our previous test papers and assignments, and I'll be sharing solutions for all those questions with you. Here is a very important assignment which is based on finding equation of tangent lines for given conditions. You may pause the video, copy these questions. We are going to take them one by one. Question number 4, I'll take in another video. Rest 8 questions will be solved in this particular video. I hope that will help you to prepare for your own exam. So these are the questions which we will take one by one. It may take around 45 minutes to do them all and explain them to you. Hopefully that will be of advantage to you. So let's take these questions one by one. The very first question here is, at what point on the graph of y equals to x squared minus 4x minus 5 is the tangent parallel to 2x minus y equals to 1? So parallel means same slope, right? So we are given the equation 2x minus y equals to 1. Let's rearrange. Y equals to 2x minus 1. So slope of this particular line is 2. So what we really need to do is find derivative of the given function and then figure out a point where the slope is 2, right? So at what point on this graph is tangent parallel to this? So the equation given to us is y equals to x squared minus 4x minus 5. Derivative of this function is 2x minus 4. We want this derivative to be equal to 2. So we'll equate 2 from here. So 2 equals to 2x minus 4. Rearrange. We get 2 plus 4 equals to 2x, or 6 equals to 2x, and that gives you the value of x as 6 by 2, which is equal to 3, right? So we know the x coordinate. Now we can also find the y coordinate. Substitute x equals to 3 and find y. So y equals to 3 squared minus 4 times 3 minus 5, which is 9 minus 12 minus 5, correct? So that is to say 9 minus 5 is 4, and when you take away you get minus 8, and therefore the point is 3 minus 8, correct? So that is how you're going to do it. I hope that helps. Now let's take up the next question, which is the tangent to the cubic function y equals to x cubed minus 6x squared plus 8x at point A is given to us as 3 minus 3, intersects the curve at another point B. Find the coordinates of B. That really means that we need to find equation of tangent. That's the first part. So that means we have to find equation of tangent, and then we'll find point of intersection. Is it okay? To find equation of tangent, let's find the derivative first. Derivative is 3x squared minus 12x plus 8. Now if you substitute 3 here, then we get the derivative at x equals to 3, which will be 3 times 3 squared minus 12 times 3 plus 8, right? So let's calculate this value, which is, we can also write like this, 9 times 3 is 27 minus 36 plus 8, right? So that gives you minus 1. So what we find really here is that the slope m is equals to minus 1 for this tangent at the point A, which is 3 minus 3. Now let us find the equation of line. So to find the equation of line, I will use the formula y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. So we get y minus, the value of y is minus 3, which is minus 3, equals to minus 1, x minus x1, which is 3. Now we can bring all the terms together to get the equation, or we can actually write y plus 3 equals to minus x plus 3. That really gave us y equals to minus x as our line, right? So this is the equation of tangent line. What we need to find is intersection of this with the curve at point B, right? So now let's find the point of intersection. Which is B, right? So we'll just substitute y equals to minus x in our equation. So we get minus x equals to x cubed minus 6x squared plus 8x. Take them to the other side. X cubed minus 6x squared minus becomes plus here, so we get plus 9x. Well, we can take x common. So as soon as you take x common, you get quadratic equation x squared minus 6x plus 9. Now this is a perfect square, so we could write this as x times x minus 3 whole square. So clearly one of the point of intersection is x equals to 3, the other one is x equals to 1, right? So we get two values here, which is x equals to 0, x equals to 0, that gives you x equals to 0, and this gives you x equals to 3. So 3 is already taken care of, point A. So the other point is x equals to 0, right? So x equals to 3 is the other point. So if I write x equals to 0 here, what do I get? Y equals to minus 0, which is 0. Therefore, origin is B, right? So B is 0, 0. So that is how you could actually solve this. So I hope the steps are absolutely clear. Let's move on and then take the next question. The question here is, calculate the slope of tangent line that passes through y equals to 10 to the power of x, where x equals to 2. Express your answer to 2 decimal places. Well, we have a function which is exponential function, right? So I hope you remember, if I have y equals to b to the power of x, what is dy dx? Dy dx is b to the power of x times ln x, right? So in this case, dy dx will be equals to 10 to the power of x times ln 10. So let's use our calculator and find this answer, right? For x equals to 2. So derivative or slope at x equals to 2 will be equals to x squared times ln 10, which is 100 times ln 10, right? So let's calculate this answer. So we have ln 10 equals to some number. We'll just multiply that by 100 and round it to 2 decimal places. So what we get here is 230.258. Rounding this to 2 decimal places, that is the requirement. What do we get? We get this as equals to 230.26. Right? So that becomes the slope m at the given point x equals to 2. Now the next question here is, find the slope of tangent to the curve. So let's write down the equation. Y equals to 3x minus x squared to the power of minus 2 it is, at the point which is 2, 1 over 4, right? So we need to find slope of the tangent line. That means the derivative. So y dash is equals to, apply the power rule, minus 2 times 3x minus x squared to the power of minus 3 times derivative of inside function, which is 3x minus x squared. So that gives you minus 2 times 3x minus x squared to the power of minus 3 times the derivative of this function is 3 minus 2x, right? So you could write this as minus 2 times 3 minus 2x over 3x minus x squared to the power of 3. We need to find slope of the tangent at this point. So that is the slope m. Now we'll just substitute x equals to 2 in this particular equation. So we get slope m at x equals to 2 equals to minus 2, 3 minus 2 times 2 is 4, over 3 times 2 is 6, minus 2 squared is 4, whole cube, right? So that gives you minus 2. This is minus 1 over 2 cube, which is 8, right? So minus minus is positive. So we get 2 over 8 or 1 over 4. So that becomes the slope of the tangent line for the given function. So I hope it's absolutely clear. Let's move on to the next question. We are almost halfway through. Let us now find equation of tangent to the curve y equals to x cubed minus 7 to the power of 5 at x equals to 2. Equation of tangent line. So let's find the derivative first. So y dash is equals to power rule 5 times x cubed minus 7 to the power of 4 times derivative of inside function, which is 3x squared, right? So that gives us derivative is 3 times 5 as 15 x squared times x cubed minus 7 to the power of 4. Now to find slope at x equals to 2, we'll substitute 2 here. So we get 15 times 2 squared times 2 cubed minus 7 to the power of 4. That gives us 15 times 4, right, which is 60, right? And here we get 8 minus 1, which is 1. So we get 60 here as our slope. So that is the slope m. Now once x value is given, we need to find y value also. Let's find the y value. Substituting x equals to 2, we get y equals to 2 cubed minus 7 to the power of 5, which is 8 minus 7 to the power of 5, which is 1. Therefore, the point, let's say P, is 2, 1. And we know that the slope m is 60. So what is the equation of tangent line? We can write equation as y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1, right? So it is y minus 1 equals to slope of 60, x minus 2. So we can rearrange 0 equals to 60x minus 120, bringing y this side minus y plus 1. Rearrange, we get 60x minus y minus 119. So that becomes the equation of tangent line. Alright? So I hope you are not having any difficulty. Let's move on and do the rest of the questions. Here is a very interesting question. It says, show that the line 4x minus y plus 11 equals to 0 is tangent to the curve. Let me write down clearly. Y equals to 16x squared minus 1. Now if this line is tangent, both slopes should be same, right? So let's find the derivatives. So derivative of this is, you can write this as minus 2 times, we get 16 here, x cubed, right? And this is 0. So that becomes the derivative, right? Now if you see the line, what is the slope of this line? Let's rearrange. We get y equals to 4x minus 11. So the slope m is actually equals to 4. So for their slopes to be same, this should be equal to 4, right? So we get minus 32 over x cubed should be equal to 4. Perfect. So we can just cross multiply and find x. So we get minus 32 over 4 equals to x cubed, and that gives you the value of x. So from here, this is 8, right? So we get x cubed equals to minus 8. X is equals to cube root of minus 8, which is minus 2. Now to get the y value, let's write down minus 2 here. So we get y equals to 4 times minus 2 minus 11. Okay. Sorry, this should not be minus 11. When I took y on this side, it remains at positive 11. Okay, so it is positive 11. Okay, good, I saw it. Now, so that gives you the y value at minus 8 plus 11, which is 3. And therefore, the point is minus 2, 3, right? So minus 2, 3 becomes the point. So we can actually check from here also. If I write minus 2 for x, I do get square is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. That works. So that is a common point between both these lines. Okay, so this is correct. So we made a check. This is perfectly fine. Now, we need to show that this particular line is a tangent. So what we have found here is that the point on the line is minus 2, 3. And I get the same point here also. Is it okay? Or what you can do now is, you know the point? You can find equation of tangent on this line at this point. You could do that. But anyway, you should get the same result, right? So what we have shown here is that slope is 4 and the point is minus 2, 3, right? So let's find, well, this is the point from here. So therefore, we can say that since slope and point matches, the given equation is tangent to the curve. Is it okay? So if I write minus 2 here, see, if I write minus 2, let's calculate. So y equals to 16 over minus 2 square minus 1, which gives 16 over 4 minus 1, which is 4 minus 1, which is indeed 3. So we do get minus 2, 3 as a point on this curve also. Since that matches and the slope we already matched, it is the same line. I hope that's clear, right? So let's move on and take the next question, which is actually the last question of the series. We need to determine quadratic equation which is given in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. It passes through the point 2, 19 and has horizontal tangent at minus 1, 18. There are 3 unknowns. We actually need 3 equations. So these 2 points provide us with 2 equations. Derivative, horizontal tangent will give us the 3rd equation. Is that clear? Right? So let us use the point 2, 19 first, right? So that gives me f of x when x equals to 2 is 19. So we get 19 equals to a times 2 square plus 2b, let me write, plus c, right? So that is 19 equals to 4a plus 2b plus c. So let me call this as equation number 1. Now, we are going to use the second point, which is minus 1, 18. So 18 equals to minus 1 square is 1, so we get A minus B plus C. So I'll call this as my equation number 2. Now if I do 1 minus 2, what do I get? So if I take away, that is to say, I'm doing equation 1 minus equation 2, I can eliminate C, right? So we get 1 equals to 4 minus 1, 3A, and plus 3B. So that is what I get. Now, we can use the derivative and get the third equation. Derivative for the function is f dash x equals to 2ax plus b. Now we know that it has horizontal tangent line at the given point, right? So horizontal tangent line at this, that means at minus 118, derivative should be 0, right? So we get 0 equals to, we're going to substitute minus 1 here, right, for x. So that becomes our equation. Now this helps us to relate A and B, right? So from here we get 2A equals to B, right? 2A equals to B. So if I substitute this value in our equation, let me call this equation as equation 3 and this as equation 4. So we'll substitute 4 in 3. So what do we get? We get 1 equals to, this is 3A. Instead of B, I'm writing 2A. So I get plus 3 times 2A, which is 3 times 2 is 6A, and 3, which is 9A. So we get 1 over 9 as the value of A. A is 1 over 9, so B is 2 times, and that means B is 2 over 9. Now we can find C from this equation, right? So C is equals to 18 minus A plus B, which is 18 minus 1 over 9 plus 2 over 9, right? Now we can take 9 common denominator and then work it out. So 9 times 8 is 72. Okay, 9 times 8 72, 7. 9 times 1 162 minus 1 plus 2, right? So let me use the calculator, right? So we have 18 times 9, which is 162, so that's correct. So we have minus 1 plus 2 equals to 163. So we get 163 over 9, right? So 163 divided by 9 is what we get. Okay, so that is C. So we get all A, B, C. So we can write down the function f of x as equal to A of 1 over 9 x square plus 2 over 9 x plus 163 over 9. So that is how we can find the equation and all the parameters A, B, and C. So I hope that helps you to understand how to solve such questions. Feel free to write your comment, share your views. If you like and subscribe my videos, that'd be great. Thank you and all the best.